Mr. 460 has 0 relegations to his name during his managerial career in Scotland. But can he keep that record intact? Can he keep that O alive this season? By keeping St Johnstone in the top flight and surviving the relegation battle that I'm sure they will find themselves in. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. Craig Levein is back in management. It's been a while since he was relieved of his duties at Hearts. It's been about 4 years to be exact, but he's back. He's back at St Johnstone. I think he's back with a vengeance. I think he's back with a chip on his shoulder. He wants to show and prove that he's not this absolute garbage manager that he gets made out to be. And I'll be completely honest, I do think people give Craig Levein a harder time than he deserves. He's had some major mistakes in his career. The 460 will live with him forever. I've no doubt about that. The second run at Hearts was not very good. I've no doubt about that. But I think this guy has had good spells in Scotland as well. His first stint at Hearts, he done pretty good. I'd say it was a successful stint. He didn't win anything, but he had Hearts, I believe, third in 3 of the 4 seasons he managed there. So, I mean, that's pretty damn good. And at Dundee United, he done a pretty good job there as well before he ended up leaving. So this guy has, twice in my opinion, done good jobs in the top flight. Can he do a good job with St Johnstone? Looked like it was going to be difficult, but he's came in and he's picked up 4 points out of 6 games. Now, keep in mind, St Johnstone also won the previous game before he came in. So is it a Craig Levein factor, or is it just life after Stephen McLean? I mean, that we don't really know. But what we do know is we put this up for a poll on the channel. And after 428 votes, we asked the question, will Craig Levein keep St Johnstone in the Premiership? Hashtag SPFL, hashtag St Johnstone. And with 54% of the vote, you guys think yes. You guys think the majority, it's a small majority, but you guys believe that Craig Levein will keep St Johnstone in the top flight, whether that be finishing 11th and winning the playoff, or whether that be finishing 10th or above. But the main thing here is that you guys believe that Craig Levein will not take St Johnstone down at the end of the season, and then 46% believe that he will take St Johnstone down at the end of the season. So it's pretty close, but you guys narrowly believe that he will keep them in it. Now, I get it. Maybe it shouldn't be this close considering there's lots of teams, or 12 teams to choose from. So the fact that almost half of you guys think he's going to take St Johnstone down would suggest that you think that he will be in trouble come the end of the season. But the real question here is, what does Big Stevie Cool believe is going to happen come the end of the season? And I'm going to let him talk about it now, because I've talked here for 3 minutes. Some of you guys says I can't speak any coherent sentences. Well, I've just spoke every sentence here coherently over the next 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Well, things aren't going to get any more coherent passing the mic to me, but to quote the song by Yaz, the only way is up, Levein. You know, I've said Avril Levein. I rate both of them, right? Avril or Craig, and he's going to keep them up, right?
Do you think if he keeps St Johnstone up, Avril Lavigne could maybe play at half-time?
At McDermott Park, why not?
At the half-time show?
He's just a 460 boy. But you know what, right? I think what's going to keep St Johnstone up is the fact that they've pulled the trigger early. Now, Ross County have pulled the trigger, and I think Davy Martindale is going to go down like the captain on the Titanic.
He was a 460 boy. He said to the striker, "See you later, boy." One striker up front wasn't enough for him. Actually, it was too much for him, to be fair.
Oh yeah, it was too much for him. But back to my Livingston point, I don't think Davy Martindale's going anywhere.
Right? That doesn't. You think that's a bad thing for Livy? The fact he's not going anywhere?
No, but I think what helps these teams at the bottom, they get a new manager, bounce.
Yeah, I think you need to do it quick, though. I don't think there's any point doing it towards the end of the season.
Yeah, look, I think Livy are humped.
I think St Johnstone done it when there was enough. Like, if Steve they kept McLean until, like, let's say January, God knows what the points gap would have been.
What's God? Yeah.
And then you're bringing in somebody, and the St Johnstone players at that point would probably believe that they're already relegated and there's no way to motivate them. Morale's at an all-time low. But I think it was early enough in the season where Craig Levein's came in and went, look guys, we just need a couple of wins on a bounce, and then before you know it, we're on the tail.
We're in there.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's happened.
But yeah, they've bit the tail clean off, and now Livy is the end of the tail. Sizzled up. Because I think Levy, I would honestly go as far as saying they're nailed on for 12th as of right. You can go, but I do not see an improvement for Levy because the home form's abysmal. The away form's even worse. It's 5 losses in a row at least. I was looking earlier at Ross County's record. I noticed 5 big juicy L's. And everyone else has just got better form. The only team with form similar is Ross County, but they've just sacked their manager. And Motherwell, I guess, is a wee bit similar with a few draws but not many wins. But I think Motherwell have got the players to stay up.
It wasn't that long ago Livingston held a record this season that they hadn't lost to anyone outside the Old Firm.
Well, that feels quite long ago. I mean, that feels like 1995 when the club was founded. Because honestly, let's be real, Motherwell had a great start to the season.
They have, but does that matter?
Well, things can change. Look, Michael Beale is the man. Oh, look at all these signings. Look, he's bringing in all these strikers, 5 million. We'll see as the 16th of November. What's Michael Beale doing right now? Absolutely he-haws what Michael Beale's doing right now. So, hindsight's a beautiful thing. But see with Craig Levein, I trust him. He's going to keep them up easy. Easy peasy.
What do you think?
By at least 10 points, Craig Levein's keeping them up by.
10 points over the 11th place side or 10 points over...
I didn't necessarily say that, the 12th place team.
Right, fair enough. Where do you think St Johnstone finish?
10th.
10th.
I don't think they'll beat Motherwell. I think there's just a lot of teams that are just not going to get dragged into this. I think Motherwell will finish a distant 9th. St Johnstone will finish a distant 10th. The Ross County will probably be closer to St Johnstone than what they are to Levy, but I think Levy are down. I would stick the mortgage on Levy going down.
Well,
sorry, Davy, son, but it's time to go. The Buckfast well has run dry.
Well, your gambling career certainly wouldn't be sticking a mortgage on anything that you say, but let's look at the comments because there was 3 of them, so yeah, let's get stuck into these. Only 3, very disappointing. Come on, guys, up your fucking game here. I mean, you need to up your game just like St Johnstone have upped their game. Mr. Freeland 123 said, I think Levy are doomed. Worst side I've seen in the SPL this season by a long way. We'll give that a wee heart since you agree with that, but are they the worst side in the SPFL we've seen this season?
I would say so. Yeah. I mean, I've not watched every game Levy have played, but...
Every game I have watched, they've been shiting.
I mean, I watched the one against Dundee, they were shite. The games against the Old Firm, Tony Macaroni, they did nothing. Right, it's not, you can get beat by the Old Firm and you can give it a good go. They did nothing.
They were shite against Hearts. I haven't seen Levy play. Yeah, I haven't seen Levy play good this season. Although what I will say is the majority of the games I've seen them play in, it has been against the Old Firm, and it's obviously harder to play better in those games. But yeah, they don't look good. They don't look good at all. Although what to see, does bringing in Brian Rice, does that change anything? Does that give Levy a momentum boost?
Well, you can maybe argue that's their, in case you haven't figured out yet, Plan B.
Plan B. Thy Gear Lava said, hope so. I love seeing Michael Stewart doing his dinger. Just even say the name Craig Levein and the wee ginger boy starts hyperventilating. So here's hoping. Yeah, Michael Stewart, I think he's a bit of a dick, to be fair.
You got a big beef with Craig Levein?
He has. And then Hero2699 just says, he just laughs there. So, yeah, I mean, Michael Stewart, a bit of a dick. Craig Levein, I'm going to say, I can't believe I'm saying this, I think he's underrated.
I think he's underrated too.
I think he's underrated. I think just because even his second stint at Hearts wasn't horrible. It was bad, but it wasn't horrible, and he was like juggling too many roles at the club, and it kind of backfired, and then, yeah, it just wasn't good, and I think some people blame him for some of the other choices that were made at the time as well, but I would have to say that I do think the guy's a bit underrated. Even in charge of Scotland, I thought he wasn't the worst Scotland manager around that period.
No.
There was worse Scotland managers.
460's bad, right? But is it as bad as getting pumped by Kazakhstan 3-0?
No, it wasn't. And I mean, let's be real, he did almost technically get us at the Euros if it wasn't for that dive by Czech Republic and the referees cheating us. So, yeah.
It's like, no, you know what, right? I know this term gets used loosely, but he's kind of like an icon of the Scottish game. Like, 460 is iconic. Like, it gets mentioned like every week. It really does.
That's like a meme.
It's a meme. Like, I know it's contained within Scottish football. Right? I'm not saying Gary Neville's going to use it down in Monday Night Football studios.
No, because the only words he can say is "oh."
Ooh. Just like when Big O scores a wee goal. Could you imagine him commentating on "oh"? I hope I don't see the day of that.
Anyway, I also agree. I think St Johnstone will stay up with Craig Levein. So I agree with you, and I agree with the 54%. Anyway, guys, that is it. Craig Levein, like I said, slightly underrated in my opinion. I think he will keep St Johnstone up. And yeah, no, it's looking like obviously, I have to wait and see who Ross County bring in. But right now, it's not looking good for County. It's not looking good for Livingston. And despite what you said about this team having quality, it's not looking good for Motherwell. Motherwell are on a downward spiral. I don't think the team has got that much quality in it, to be honest. And
they're a step above the rest.
I think we could see Stuart Kettlewell be sacked relatively soon if he doesn't change things around.
Well, there you go then, I think. But I think that's a big... If they sack him, they'll just get another bounce.
Another bounce.
They'll keep them up, honestly. I mean, Fanfiend's a big miss, but I would be shocked if Motherwell go down. Or are anyone near going down.
But they've picked up, 2 points in 27 games? The last 27? That's mincemeat.
That is undeniable, man. That's horrendous, but there's teams worse.
Right, there's teams worse, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.